Alright guys, Zinc here, welcome back to the channel for another Dislyte video. So on today's video we are going to be talking about the absolute insanity that is Nicole. Probably going to do this for each of the new characters that are coming, kind of ramp up towards the banner coming out. I didn't want to do all of them at one time because it's a little bit of information overload, but we obviously are going to have the new banner coming out on the 31st, okay? For those of you that haven't really read through the patch notes and paid much attention, the way it's going to work is we're going to have 2 new units that are going to be available as 4 stars on the banner, and we're going to have 1 new unit that is a 5-star, which is obviously going to be Ollie. Ollie's the only one of these characters that's going to have rate up, and it's only going to be rate up for your first pull. So once you have pulled Ollie, that rate up is going to go. However, we're going to talk about one of the 4 stars on the video today. Now, from what we can tell, this unit is essentially going to join the general pool, okay? So what that means is every banner going after this one, you should be able to pull this unit if you want to. And the one we're going to start off with is probably the most hype unit of the bunch, and that is going to be Nicole. Now obviously I've got our information over at the right hand side of the screen there, as you can see. We're going to go through it, we're going to talk about what kind of possibilities she opens up for your teams and where you're probably going to run this character, okay? So start off, Nicole is a 4-star shimmer character, which that's a shame. That is a shame. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are going to summon on this banner wanting Nicole, and you're probably not going to get her. She's going to be difficult to pull. There already is about, what, 5 shimmer characters. Don't know if there's that many actually, but there's Hercules, there's the other 3. I think there's 4 or 5. And the fact is they're adding 2 new ones to this pool, so it's going to be difficult to pull Nicole, okay? But if you can pull her, then you're certainly getting a great character, okay? So Nicole is a support esper who can revive and take damage for allies while granting them defense up, invincibility, and other buffs, okay? Now, obviously, giving your entire team invincibility is going to give you a little bit of an advantage, shall we say, because the computer is quite predictable. The computer will do its attacks when its attacks are due to be done. You know, it doesn't like skip a turn because you are invincible. I'm sure some of you before have maybe used someone like Yishuna. You've cast invincibility on a character and the CPU will still attack that character. Even though it's not going to do any damage, it will still attack that character. So if you use timing well, you will be able to essentially get past specific attacks in certain stages that might have otherwise killed you because you've granted invincibility on your entire team, is what she actually does. So let's talk about her abilities, okay? So our first ability is Nicole's first ability is called Spiral Strike. It deals damage to an enemy based on her max HP with a chance of inflicting Seer. Now, Seer is actually really good. Seer is really good, and if you can couple that with something like defense down, and if you've got your team built in such a way that you've got attack up, the numbers that you can put out are insane. They're absolutely insane. So if you're taking on a boss, for example, we'll just use like the rituals, for example, just for talking's sake, someone like Kronos. If you can get that sealed, then you can also get that defense down. Your clear time on that is going to be insane. It's going to be very, very quick, especially if you have got other characters in your team that are casting other buffs. Our next one is called Dead Man's Protection. It grants Soul Guard to an ally. When Soul Guard revives an allied esper, Nicole immediately grants them standoff and recovery. Part of the damage taken by the carrier will be redistributed. I don't know why I found it struggle to read that. Where is it? Part of the damage taken by the carrier will be redistributed to the caster. The carrier, when dies, revives immediately and restores a certain amount of HP based on their max HP. This buff expires on the caster's death. The only way that I think that would be better, I suppose, and I guess people might disagree with this, is if there was a kind of taunt, because in a way, I guess you want to get the HP going back to the character that's attacking and then they can revive and you can heal them and stuff like that. I mean, I guess it really depends on your team builds, but the fact that you can essentially mark someone for revive is pretty awesome. I mean, right now, in harder content, at least, Lee Lin is a bit of a glass cannon for me. He does great damage. If you keep him alive, he does fantastic damage, but he can be one of the first ones that dies and causes me to have to restart. So I can see situations where I would use her to like put it on to someone like Lee Ling, because I know there's a good chance he's possibly going to die, and if a lot of the damage he's taking is being kind of redistributed back to the attacker, and then he comes back to life and he can dish out his attacks again, that is pretty awesome. I would be interested to know, however, when the character comes back to life, I wonder if their turn count is reset, so I wonder if all their cooldowns are back at 0. I think that would be pretty awesome, because essentially when they come back to life, they're essentially starting again, aren't they? So it would be quite cool if you had access to the level 3 to straight away again. I think that would be pretty awesome, and I guess we'll find that out once the character releases and we get a chance to test them out. Now, Nicole's third ability is called Spinning Wrap. It deals damage to all enemies based on her max HP. It grants defense up and invincibility to all allied espers, and soul guard to the ally with the lowest HP. So in two of her skills, she is going to give you this soul guard ability. So that essentially means that over the course of 2 turns, you can mark 2 of your characters to revive. Now, I don't know how long it lasts. It doesn't actually say here. It doesn't say that they have to die within 2 turns of soul guard being cast or something. I think probably it will. I don't see it just being indefinite. I feel like that's dumb. I feel like it will work probably something a bit like Restore, where they might have it for like 2 turns. But I do like the sound of this. I do think this is pretty damn awesome. I feel like Nicole, I feel like it's a bit of a stretch to call her broken, because we obviously haven't played her yet, and it can be quite easy just for clickbait titles and stuff to say this character is absolutely broken. I don't think we know that yet, because like I say, until we actually try her out in the field, we don't know how this is going to work in practice. But on paper, looking at her details there, she does look absolutely nuts, and I think no matter what, this character is definitely going to be insane. She's going to be great. Is she going to be broken? We don't know. We honestly don't know. Obviously, she is not going to do much for you with regards to dishing out damage. She is going to do a lot to help you dish out damage, but because of that seer, if you can get seer to land, then I feel like she's going to help you really push up the numbers on your team. But she's certainly going to do a lot to keep your team alive with that defense up and with the revives and stuff like that. So I honestly feel like Nicole might be the pick of the bunch for the characters that are coming out. At least the 4-star characters anyway. She's definitely the pick of them. Is she better than Ollie? Probably not. I mean, I feel like Ollie fills a completely different role, so I don't really think it's fair to say if she is or she isn't better than Ollie, but she is definitely going to end up being one of the top tier 4-stars. I think that's pretty indisputable at this point anyway. It's going to be very interesting to see where they go from here, because obviously when you start releasing characters like this, you're setting an expectation, and then the following month you've got to follow it up with another hype character. But for the first new character, or first set of new characters they've added to the game, Nicole being one of them, she is pretty good. In fact, I'd go as far to say she's pretty insane, to be honest. Again, is she broken? I don't think we'll know that until we actually get to go hands-on with the unit. I'm hoping I somehow get lucky and pull her. I still don't have the white tiger. I kind of really want her, so if I happen to get a 4-star shimmer pull, my heart is going to be torn. I'm going to be like, I want Nicole, but I want white tiger. I want Nicole, I want white tiger. And then what will probably happen is I'll probably end up pulling Hercules or something like that. So that's just how my luck is in games like this. We'll see how things go though, but for me, Nicole looks absolutely crazy. I think she's going to be an absolute fantastic addition to the game, and if you are summoning and you want this unit, I hope you get lucky and you absolutely pull her 100%. But anyway guys, I've been Hazing, thanks for watching this one, and I'll catch you on the next Dislyte video. Peace out dudes, see you later, bye bye.